here we have northern red oak, Quercus rubra, obviously in the Fagaceae, and we're currently here in Athens. We're sort of at the southernmost extent of its range, and so it does tend to get up into New York and Massachusetts, and it's one of the very few oaks that does that. And in fact, on next week's lecture, I'll be talking about that. So if you look at the leaf, this is probably deeper in the canopy because it's quite large. These are from up higher in the canopy, so you can see they're a little bit smaller. But none of the leaves on northern red oak have particularly deep sinuses. So this is about as deep as you're going to see it on northern red oak, and a lot of the leaves are going to look more like that in terms of how deep the sinuses are. So if you compare that with something like scarlet oak, where the sinuses go almost to the mid vein, that's very different. If we look at the acorn, you can see it's got a very shallow, flat cap.
Can we get it in some sunlight?
Yeah. You want to see it? You want me to put it right here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go.
So a really shallow flat cap. It almost looks like a beret. So here I have one that's off by itself, and you might be able to see it in my hand. So very flat and shallow. So that's the acorn, which that's really distinctive. That's not like any of the other acorns we've seen. Now, if we look at the bark, you can see it's got really prominent ski trails that go all the way, or at least all nearly to the base. So really prominent ski trails. It does not get dark and blocky at the bottom like scarlet oak. It's not really buttressed as much as scarlet oak. So that's also a really good way to tell the difference. So acorn, leaf to a certain extent, but I use acorn and bark almost exclusively for IDing northern red oak.